Man has been arrested for deadly conduct related to street racing. Officers were made aware of a YouTube channel belonging to Kevin Van Voris, where they say he was documenting illegal street racing. Investigators watched over 20 videos where Van Voris records street racing in multiple areas around Amarillo with speeds reaching over 100 miles per hour. They also served a search warrant at his home where evidence was.
Hold there for a second.
Yeah, with George, Paul, Young, 43.
Has a camera up there too?
Good.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is broccoli.
Fancy call. What do you think? More than I have.
Oh baby, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Van Voris. Thank you for joining me today. I have a microphone clipped to my hat because I'm trying to find the best way to do this when I'm filming. So I'm sorry if I look like a jackass. But anyways, this is the video that everybody has been waiting for. So sit back, relax, grab yourself an energy drink, maybe a Diet Coke, something to sip on, and let's get into it.
Supercharged, 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 supercharged.
So we're in the Trackhawk, driving around, back to our usual vlogging, which is funny because I guess this is like the in thing to do, which is vlogging just like normal. I've been doing that for years, but whatever. So look, we're gonna get into it today. So what was the actual reason that my house is raided? Now I want to preface this with I didn't know all of this information. I had an assumption, but I didn't know the information that I'm about to tell you. So if anything happens to me, this is why. This video would be why. So as you guys know, I own a gym here. The gym cost a lot of money to build. I think it was like $11 million total. It's probably now worth with the land. It's probably, and if you wanted to build the same gym today, 3 years later, it would cost you closer to $20 million. Okay, so I'm putting that out there so that you guys understand when I get to it what exactly happened. So even when I had a small gym a few years ago, okay, very small, like 1,900 square feet, and there was always a rumor, right? Because people don't believe in hard work anymore. Why would they? Of course not. There's always a rumor that I was selling drugs or something out of my small gym, because how could I afford Hellcats and demons and all these things just by simply working? Who would have thought, right? You can't do that. Why would you assume that you could buy things just by working hard and accumulating things? No, of course not. Waking up at 4:30 in the morning every day for the past 9 or 10 years of my life would let me accumulate and buy awesome vehicles. No, Kev. That's not possible. So that was always like through rumor in Amarillo, okay? It's just started by jealous people. It is what it is. So, now, if you have any brain, you can't pay... You use debt, at least I did, to build the building, okay? To have the gym that I have, it's called using debt. That's what I did. I had to literally sign my entire life away. I had to go through every car that I ever bought, even if I didn't own it, all the debt I ever had, student loans, and all this other BS credit card debt. I had to put it on a piece of paper, and I had to sign it, pretty much saying that I'm signing over my entire life just to be able to build this building, okay? So, now you're asking yourself, okay, so what did they actually raid your house for? Well, let's get into it. So, you guys know they raided my house over street racing and reckless driving videos and me speeding around town. I would be, at least as far as I know, the first person in the history of persons on social media to be raided for such outlandish things, okay? It's not, and we're not talking like street outlaws racing. The videos that were used against me were videos that, like, one of them was a cruise that we went on, and we were out of town, city limits, which I thought, no big deal. It doesn't matter either way. And so, like, you know, we're messing around. Like, me and Misa messing around. Me and a couple of my buddies messing around. No big deal. So, anyways, so those are the videos. Now, there was, which I've never talked about this because I didn't want to bring it up because of, obviously I was on probation. So, a few weeks before I got arrested, okay, now I didn't know that my house was going to get raided. So, I never talked about this. And the reason is I wasn't allowed to. So, this has nothing, I didn't know they were going to raid my house, okay? I thought there was going to be a warrant for my arrest. So, 2 weeks before, maybe 3 weeks before, maybe a month before, I don't remember. So, there was an old video of me taking one of my clients' daughters, who was like 8 at the time. This is the old gym, and it was like 5 years ago. She was in the passenger seat of my orange Hellcat, which the Paisley cat, which was wrapped. Okay, you guys all know me for that. So all I did was do a couple pulls in that. So the mom, I'm not going to say her name, which I love her very much. She's one of my awesome friends and old clients. She called me telling me that there was a sergeant asking about that video. And I'm like, I start freaking out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I find out you can't use that against me. So that was out of my head. Okay. So then get my house raided, and I'm like, oh my God, is this over the video? Like, of that video? Then I figure out, okay, it's all these other videos because they could charge me on that, no big deal. So I didn't know they were going to raid my house. I thought that I was going to probably get a warrant out for my arrest, or not a warrant, but like I'd get in trouble, get a ticket for that old video, and then I figured out, no, I wasn't going to. I didn't know they were investigating me and doing all these things and having Amarillo Police Department and then the Amarillo FBI and all these other things. And I'm like, this is over street racing? Like, what? Like, you know, I joked in my last video about like the kingpin of Amarillo, but I was like, oh my God, they really think like I'm Vin Diesel setting up street races? Not exactly. So what happened is somebody, I can't say the person who it is. Someone out there. I'm 99% sure that I know who it is because of the person that told me and a few other people in town that told me. Now, obviously, I don't know for sure, 100%, right? Don't know that for sure because on the documents, all right, I don't know what happened. Anyways, so the real reason that my house was actually raided was because somebody who I'm not going to say who or whatever, because I don't want anything to happen to that person or their business or whatever they do, right? Don't want that to happen. But they told Amarillo Police Department that I was selling things out of my house, drugs, whatever, that I was selling those things out of my house that I paid for my gym through doing that. Now, if they would have done a little bit more research, they would have known that I literally go to the gym, and I come home, go to the gym, go home, literally every day, all day, that's all I do. So at what point would I be doing any of those things? I don't know. And just to let everybody know, you can't pay for a $12 or $11 million building in cash. That's not exactly how that works. Okay? So, no, I'm not paying for my big-ass gym selling things out of my house. And especially, like, I have employees, I've got people to take care of. The last thing that I would be doing is something illegal like that. So it's crazy. So that was the actual reason. They raided my house because, and there's people who have told me, but that is what actually happened. They surveillanced the gym the morning that I raided my house. They surveillanced my house. All these crazy things. And then that's why I put the video of the officer checking my fridge, and there's guys in there with guns and lights, and he says, it's broccoli. Like, that's a real video. That's not me, like, making that up. Now, you might be asking yourself, like, who would have, like, who would have turned me in saying those things? Like, again, that's been a rumor in town for a while, but it's like, who would have done that? Like, I mean, really, like, who would try and fuck up my business, right? That's gym. Like, who would do that? You know, like, so I'm 99.999% sure that I know who it is because of the people that know this person or people. So I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I can't ever say it because I just don't want anything to happen to that person or whatever, because I'm a big believer in karma, and karma's a bitch. It is. And that person or persons will get theirs. And that's just what it is. But you should, like, when I found out that it potentially could be these people or persons saying these things, I'm like, well, one, I wish the Amarillo Police Department would have done a little bit more research. But this is a small town. There's not much to do. They had a way to get into my house, right, because of the street racing, because I'm the kingpin of Amarillo. But that was the real reason, was because they were thinking that I was selling things out of my house. And, like, it sucks because, like, I grew up with people who did that. I know people who do that for a living. And I would never, ever, ever do that because I opened a legit business. I do legit things. There's no reason for me to do anything like that. So it sucks when you try so hard and you do, like, and this is, I don't mean to say this in any type of way, but I do a shitload, and I never ask for anything from the people of Amarillo, but I do a lot for the people of Amarillo, like whether it's hosting events, holding events, doing charity work, which I barely post about any of that stuff, and it's just super frustrating that no one came to talk to me or ask me anything. It was just like, let's get this motherfucker. He's got nice cars. He's Dominic Toretto. He's probably selling DVD players or drugs out of his house to pay for these things. Let's get him. No, I'm not doing any of those things. You know what I'm doing? I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm at my gym almost 7 days a week, usually. For sure 6, if not 7. Like, I'm busting my ass because I know what I want. I want 10 Contagion Athletics gyms. And you know what's not going to pay for that? Drug fucking money. Drug money is not going to pay for that. You know what's going to pay for that? Me busting my ass and continuing to do the things that I need to do. That's what's going to make that happen. Not me doing things that people say that I'm not. So it's very frustrating when someone, again, I can't say who that person is or persons, say some stuff about me knowing damn well that I'm not doing those things. And I think it's aggravating. And this is the bad thing about living in a small town like this, is like this is a small town where like everybody knows everybody. So like there are lots of people who know the person who said this thing about me. It's just frustrating that I live in such a small town that there was really no investigating me. It was just, well, we've got these ways to get into his house. Let's see if we can do it, you know? So, and it affected a lot of people. It affected my wife, who has like PTSD probably for the rest of her life, like affected my brother. Like, it sucks that it affected not more than just one person. It affected all my buddies who got in trouble and had to hire lawyers and all these things. And like, shout out to Misa for winning his case. I love you, Misa. But it's just, it's annoying and it's frustrating because like, I'm not that type of person, and it sucks, but it is what it is. So finally I can tell you guys kind of what actually happened. Like, it's just, you know, at the end of the day, life ain't fair. And this is one thing that's so crazy to me is like, number one, I'm not successful in my eyes. So I don't want, like, just so you guys know, like, I don't think I'm successful, and I don't know if I ever will. Like, if I have, when I have 10 gyms, do I think I'll be successful? I don't know. But what's funny is, like, when you grow up with no money and you have a drive to, like, I want to be successful, I want to do all these things, and you hear about, like, oh, people are going to fucking try and bring you down and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's a real fucking thing. People who don't like you, who don't want to see your business succeed, who don't like you at all, like, they're the ones, among other people, who are going to come and try and take your business down. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy to me. We're all in this to do better, change people's lives, whatever you're trying to do, make money, right? Have things that we haven't had before. That's what's crazy to me, is like, that's what you want to do in life, and people will make stories up about you. They will talk shit about you. They'll do all these things to like fuck with your business because, like, God forbid, we're all small businesses trying to survive and be the next big business. No. Let's go talk shit about other people. Let's go fuck up their business and try to ruin me. And by the way, the person, which I'm sure I know you're gonna see this video because you watched my shit. Anyways, to the person who tried to fuck me over, persons, you didn't. You didn't do anything. So I'm glad you wasted my time and my money for nothing. You know what? None of my clients give a flying fuck what happened because they actually know that the person I am. And you know, none of my gym members give a flying fuck because they know the type of person I am. So at the end of the day, huge shout out to my clients, members, people who support me, because at the end of the day, that's the only people you should give a flying fuck about their opinion, is the people who support you and pay your bills. That's it. Everybody else, if you're a business owner or whatever, it doesn't matter. Those are the only people you should care about. The people, if they're not paying your bills, fuck their opinion. You can take that as my quote for 2024. So now that I'm on probation, I'm on this like fuck you attitude, and I'm going to do so many great things in 2024, and I can't wait to take everybody along. So, I'm sorry for the long video. I've been just dying to get this off my chest for so long. And now I feel a little better. And now you guys know. So, again, I'm not going to tell you exactly who it is or anything like that. I'm not going to put these people on blast or anything like that, because, you know, that just wouldn't be right. But, you know, and again, I'm not going to say that because I don't want it to affect them at all. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, anyways, that's me for today's video. Thank you guys for supporting me as always. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, go for it, at CaliBoyKev. We got some big things happening this year. And again, thank you guys for sticking around and supporting me. Anyways, my name's Kevin Van Voris. Have a great day. I'm out this bitch.